Hey guys, welcome back to another video today, and we're going to be doing a Speedroid more in-depth test hand and combo guide, going through some test hands that you'll find with my deck profile from earlier on in the week. And yeah, I think that once I get this video out to you guys, maybe you guys will understand what the combos are more. That is my most popular video to date, so let's keep the support coming. Please remember to like and subscribe, and let's get into it. So we're going to be doing, I want to shoot for 5 opening hands, just to kind of show you guys what we're going to try and shoot for each turn with the hands we have. And I'll explain to you why, if I draw maybe like a brick hand, why it can be or why it is a brick. And yeah, let's just hope that that's how it goes out. I can show you guys some examples like that. I don't want to show you guys just a pitch perfect example every time, because that's not going to happen. It's pretty impossible for that to be a reality, to just even manifest in the first place, I feel like, because you can't get a perfect hand each time. There's obviously going to be some imperfections. But the whole point of this is to be able to test out what can we do. Okay, so our opening hand has Ultra Hound, Win, Duke, Droll, and Take Tomborg. This hand's really good, so let's combo with it, and let's show you guys what we can do. So by the start of our main phase, what we're going to do is we're going to discard Win the Wind Channeler and then Daiko Duke with Win's effect to add a Wind monster, which here will be Speedroid Terratop. Also with Win, she has a attack limit, which is 1,500 or less, with or less defense. So basically, you're really only trying to go for the Speedroid monsters and not cast your Unicorn. So now that we have Terratop in our hands, we're going to special Terratop and use his effect to add one, which here, just in like, we're going to add Marble, just so we can maybe go into our combo a little more. Now, because we have Take Tomborg in hand, we're going to use its effect to be able to special in Attribute to special out Red Eye Dice and use Dice effect, targeting Terratop to turn it to level 2. And we're going to Synchro the Cork Shooter. That is the wrong thing. Cork Shooter. We're going to use Cork Shooter to bring back its materials. Dice and Terratop. We're going to use Dice and Terratop. So we're going to use Dice target Terratop to make it 7. Synchro out into Clearwing. So this is also where we'd probably get nibbed. And Clearwing can negate the activation of level 5 or higher. Once per turn, during this turn, when another level 5 or higher monster activates his effect on only on field. This is, you're just going to hope not to get nibbed here, because it's okay if you do. You have graveyard stuff. You have not normaled yet, so you're going to be able to play off. But Clearwing only negates those monster effects on field. We're going to special summon Barone. The reason why we're special summoning Barone instead of Crystal Clearwing is because we're going to have a way to get into Crystal Clearwing here in just a few seconds. We're going to normal Marble and activate Marble effect to add a Speedroid, which is going to be Hard Turbo, and because I control Wind, we're going to special card Turbo and use the 2 to now special summon out the Rubber Band Shooter. We're going to use Rubber Band Shooter's effect to banish one, which will be Kite Drake, to search out 2 cards that are both level 4, which will be Double Yo-Yo and Fukimadoshi Piper. So we're getting Fukimadoshi out of our next draw, which is really good, so that opens up more avenues to like extenders and stuff for our turn 2. And now we're going to ramble them all up. We got Fukimadoshi. So we're going to send Yo-Yo to grave, and instead of normaling Fukimadoshi, because we don't have to normal the card we add, normally we'd want to, but instead, we're going to normal summon Ultra Hound and activate the effect to send one from deck to grave. Which will be the second Daiko Duke. We're going to activate Duke's effect in grave to banish to special target and special, a Speedroid monster tuner, Speedroid tuner monster. Then we're going to use dice to target Ultra Hound to turn it to 7 again. I'm going to use these two to make Clearwing Fast Dragon. We're going to use Ultra Hound effect in Graveyard, banishing itself to reshuffle back card, not card Tarbo. Terror Top. We're going to use Terror. Now we're going to shuffle it back and special summon a level 3 Speedroid Tuner Synchro for my extra deck, from the extra deck. Which now will be special summoning out the second Cork Shooter. We're going to use these two. Special out Crystal Clearwing, because we are using a 1 non-tuner Clearwing monster. And that would be where we'd pass our turn. So we have now set up 2 negates, a pop, interruption withdrawal, and our next draw phase would have been Imperm, which we wouldn't have been really able to use because the combo I think following up on that turn 2 was the normal Fuki, Excavate, Dice, Cosmic Cyclone Ash. We'd be adding Cyclone, putting these 2 at the bottom of our deck. And we're going to use the effect of Duke Engrave, tributing special dice. Because at this point here, we're just trying to go for extra. And we're going to use dice to target Fuki to turn to 1. Now we're going to use the effect of Card Turbo Engrave, banishing it, and Marble, to be able to... Actually, Marble doesn't go to grave. It and Take Tomborg to give all my wind monsters 800 attack. We're going to use Baron's Pop. We're going to set Cyclone, enter battle, and 3,800 plus 3,800 plus 1,800. That will be game. And that was optimal for what we had. So now we're going to go into our turn 2, our second round of test hand. I'm planning on doing 5. I might do just 1 extra, maybe to go into more depth of when you may get hand trapped and what to do when you are hand trapped, because that's still a very good thing to know playing this deck, is when you're going to get hand trapped and how to kind of play around it, hopefully, and that you're able to follow up after the hand trap, still play through and dominate the battlefield and set up that Speedroid control that we're all trying to go for as of right now. With this, we're trying to set up high-level synchros that can easily negate, destroy, and basically decimate our opponent while setting up also leagues worth of interruption. So we're going to cut. And we got win, imperm, win, duplicate, card turbo. This is a hand I would consider a brick. But we're going to try and play through it, kind of show you guys, like, even if you brick like this, what you can do with it. So we're going to use Win, the Wind Channeler, discard her. And just the second Win, the Wind Channeler. To add Terror Top. Because Win, the Wind Channeler does not have a requirement to which wind monster, it just has to be a wind monster. So now we have Terror Top in our hand. We use because I control no monsters, we're going to special Terror Top and activate the effect to attack Tomborg. And now because I control wind, we're going to special Tomborg, use Tomborg effect, tributing to special dice. We're going to use dice to target Terror Top to turn it to level 2. We're going to use these two to make Cork Shooter, and that is not Cork Shooter. Place at the bottom of my extra. A special out Cork Shooter, we're going to use Cork Shooter to bring everything back. Now we're going to use dice, target Terror Top to turn it to 5. Actually, no, we're going to make it 6. Synchro off into the level 7 clearing Fast Dragon. Use Fast Dragon and Cork Shooter to make Barone. Now because we control wind, I'm going to special Card Turbo into the fence. And that's everything we can do with this brick. We just did not open up enough resources Duplicate, we had nothing to send Duplicate off with, so Duplicate was brick. 2 Win the Wind Channelers. They are good, don't get me wrong, but they can suck if you do not have the other resources. So that was second go around with the test hands. Now we're on to our third. 2 more to go, hopefully, and then maybe even a 6th to show you guys what hand traps could affect us at which play and how to kind of play around it. And still show you guys what your end board may be outside of what was you originally were going to go for if you may have gotten nibbed or ashed. So our opening hand is this. It's good. It's okay. It's not bad, but it's okay. We're going to use Cashier Unicorn because I control my monsters, special summon. Now we're going to use Wheel to discard Wheel and roll a 6-sided die. So let me get from my deck box here. Oh, they're kind of far down there. Give me a sec. So now we have this stuff prepared. So now we have a 6-sided dice. It's only special summon a level 1. Unlucky. A special dice. We can use dice to. We're not gonna use its effect. Here, we're gonna normal Fuki and excavate 2. Hound, Duke. We're gonna add Hound. Put Duke at the bottom of our deck. We're gonna link off Dice and Fuki Madoshi Piper to make High Speedroid Rubber Band Shooter. We're gonna use its effect to banish Kite Drake to reveal. Actually, we're not gonna banish Kite Drake because that won't work. I'm gonna banish Chambara to reveal Yo-Yo, and yet again the level 1 Speedroid Red Eye dice. So now where our opponent must randomly pick. We picked, opponent picked dice. Now we send Yo-Yo to grave. Now we can immediately normal, which we're going to summon Ultra Hound, activate effect to send an Echo Duke from deck to grave, and use Duke effect. Banishing to special out dice. We can use dice to target Ultra Hound to turn the 2. Gonna synchro off in Cork Shooter. We're gonna use Cork Shooter effect to bring everything back onto the field, which now we're gonna use dice and Ultra Hound to make levels. Dice to make Ultra Hound level 6. We're gonna synchro off into clearing synchro and use Cashier Unicorn and Cork Shooter to make Baron de Fleur. Now we're going to use the effect of Ultra Hound Grave, banishing and shuffling if we had a level 3 of the shuffle, and that would probably be where we ended off the combo. Because we can't really go farther than that, because Ultra Hound we can't shuffle back anything to be able to special summon Synchro. We don't have high enough levels for that. We either high enough levels or we had too high of levels, so we couldn't pull that off. But hey, that with the hand that was given, I think this is the best combo we could have done. If there was anything better, please leave it down below. Leave your combo down below of what you would do with this hand, because I think that was the best thing I could have done. If you guys maybe saw a different combo line than I did, please let me know, because I'm also trying to improve with this deck as I play it more and more, and hopefully this is helping you guys improve who are new to Speedroids or just new to Yu-Gi-Oh! In general, being able to see, hey, this is what this deck does, or hey, these things can happen. So now we're on to our 4th test hand, with no hand traps being regarded. The optimal thought process here is that we're going turn 1. So we open a Recovery, Wheel, Droll, Card Turbo, and Take Tomborg. This is not bad. Because now what we're going to do is we're going to activate Wheel. And we're going to discard Car Turbo. The reason why we're discarding Car Turbo, it has a graveyard effect, and we want to try and make use of it as much as possible. We rolled a 3, which is perfect. So we're going to special summon a level 3 Speedroid, which will be the Speedroid Terratop. We're going to use its on special summon effect. Oh, it negates the effect. Sorry, Wheel also negates effect. So now we just have Terratop. So now we're going to special Take Tomboy because I control Wind. Use Take Tomboy effect Tributing to special out Dice. Now we're going to use Dice Terratop to make Cork Shooter. Now we're going to use Cork Shooter to bring everything back. And here's where I think you could use Terratop ability, but I don't know if it's like permanent negated for the rest of the turn, or if it's just on the special summon. It was negated, so it didn't go through. If you know that ruling, let me know down below too. But we're going to assume that Terratop's now ability is live, so now we're going to activate Enchain Dice to target Terratop to turn it to 6. So Terratop is turned to level 6. I'll put a die on it just so we remember. And we get to add a Speedroid, which will be Mighty Marble Machine. Now we're going to use Dice Terratop to make... Actually, here we're going to make Fast Dragon. We're going to synchro these two off to make Baronne de Fleur. And here's kind of where adding Marble Machine is good, because we're going to activate the effect of Marble to add a Speedroid card, which will be Car Turbo, which now, because I control Wind, will special act. And now we're going to use these two for the Link summon of High Speedroid Red Band Shooter, which we're going to activate the effect to banish High Speedroid, which will be Kite Drake. To reveal double Yo-Yo and Fuki Midoshi, which now we're going to do which we got Fuki Midoshi, so we'll be adding this card to hand, which we'll have the normal summon Fuki to excavate to, which we got Win and Marble, Wood, Win, sending Marble to grave. Gonna activate Recovery. The target one Speedroid monster by graveyard and special summon it. Which we're gonna use now. We're gonna special Yo-Yo, in which we can't use Yo-Yo effect because it is a normal summon related one, while Fuki Midoshi is both. So we're gonna use Yo-Yo and Fuki Midoshi to special out Stardust Dragon. Here's where Stardust Dragon comes up, because if you're not able to go as far as Crystal Clearwing, Stardust is a good substitute too, because he can prevent destruction for one turn. So can Baron. And then on your following turn, you can do Car Turbo, and your following draw would have been another draw. So I think that was a pretty good hand with the circumstances that we were kind of given, which was what it was, which was Car Turbo, Recovery, Wheel, Take Tomborg, and I forgot the other one. And no, and draw. That was a pretty good hand for what we were given. Wasn't optimal, though. Optimal is multiple Speedroid recoveries, a interruption, Terratop, Cashier Unicorn, and something that can special summon itself if you control a winged monster. So now this is our 5th. Let me know down below if you're enjoying the video so far. I'm hoping this is helpful to you guys who are not, or now just playing Yu-Gi-Oh!, picking up Speedroids for the first time, or just wanting to see, like, how is this game played from an outside perspective with a combo strategy in mind. So this is our fifth, and next one we're going to show you guys what a test hand would look like with hand interruptions being in mind, which stuff like Ash, Ghost Bell, Valor, and stuff like that. So this is our hand. I'm not going to lie, this is a brick. We bricked here. You don't want to see Duke in your opening hand. You don't want to see card turbo without something else. Duplicate. We could just normal. Actually, you know what? I might have something here. We're going to normal hound and use the effect. Oh yeah, this won't work. Because the combo in mind here is that you normal ultra hound and send duplicate and be able to combo off that. You can't really do that because duplicate is meant to be in your deck. So this is a brick. Moving on to our 6 with hand traps in mind. And I'm going to explain like what hand traps would be like optimal to counter what and how to play around being hand trapped. So it's giving a fair advantage to those who maybe want to counter Speedroids or those who may want to know how to play around these very prominent hand traps in the current meta. And don't get me wrong, Speedroid is not the best deck. It is fun, it can be good, but it is not the best. So our opening hand consists of this, which is another brick. We're going to do one more because this is just blatant brick. We can't do anything with this. Like, one Take Tomborg is not going to cut it. He needs another tool. Let me know if you guys want to see some maybe duels, like going to locals, recording, and or wanting to see like me and my brother 1v1. Let me know down below if you may be interested to be seeing that. So this is our opening hand. It's okay. It isn't the best. You can try and do something while trying to explain hand traps. And then after this, when I try and do my best with this, I'm going to show you the optimal hand and where you would possibly want to be trying to avoid being hand trapped or what cards would be hand traps. So what we'd be doing here is normaling Marble and effect activation to add a Speedroid monster, which here normally you would add Take Tomborg, but because you can't really play off that too well, I just add Card Turbo. And now because we control one special Card Turbo, synchro the two off into actually, we're going to be linking into Rubber Band Shooter an effect to banish Kite Drake to reveal the 2 level 4s of the deck, Fukimadoshi and Speedroid Double Yo-Yo. Which we got Yo-Yo. So we'd be sending Fukimadoshi to grave, normaling Yo-Yo, and activating the effect to target in our graveyard a tuner, which will be Card Turbo, which now will synchro off into the Clearwing Fast Dragon. Now we'll activate Recovery to target a Speedroid monster in my graveyard and special, which will be Fukimadoshi. Reason why we're doing Fukimadoshi here is just to try and dig deeper, because we don't have enough in our hand. So we're gonna add Cyclone. We're gonna put Ash at the bottom of our deck, and we're gonna simply set to and pass. This is the best I could have done with that hand. And like I said below, let me know if there's a better, more optimal combo that you guys are seeing that I'm not. Because it's what happens with these kinds of decks is that one will see this kind of combo line while the other won't. So let me show you guys an optimal hand and what that could look like. So what you want to have is something like Speedroid Terratop or Cashier Unicorn. I'm going to show you kind of like 2 of the most optimal hands I can think of. Wheel, 2 Recovery, and a hand trap of some sort. So it can be something like Ash, it could be something like Droll. I prefer Droll. So we're gonna actually, yeah, we'll do Droll. And then for Cashier Unicorn side of things, we want a Card Turbo, a Win the Wind Charmer, a Speedroid Wheel, and a Ultra Hound. So I'm going to show you guys both of these and kind of explain to you the whole thinking process behind these hands. So yeah, let's first use Terratop's hand as an example. So Terratop, once you special this and activate the effect, this is a prime target to be Ash. So that's why Wheel is in the hand, so you can discard one of your recoveries and hopefully be able to play off that because they already Ashed. And probably with Wheel, they're going to Droll. So that's fine. That'd be fine and dandy. But Terratop would be where you would want to be Ash. This is where you'd probably get Ghost Belled. And let's get into let's get more into it now. And we're going to use Speedroid Terratop to add Taki Tomborg. And now because I control him, we're going to special Taki Tomborg. Now, once we get further into this, we're going to reach 5 very quickly. So be wary of that because your opponent may have Nibiru, and that can probably wreck your board right about now. So we're going to use Taki Tomborg to trigger you for Dice. Dice target Terratop the turn to 2. We're going to Synchro off into the High Speedroid Corkscrew, which will use the effect of Corkscrew to special out these, which we're going to use Dice to target Terratop the turn to 6. And we're going to use these two to special out Fast Dragon. Here's where we would get nibbed. And the way we'd play around nib is that we'd probably activate Recovery, activate Wheel, discard Recovery to special summon back and hopefully get some motion in our play. But that can be easily shut down. So, yeah. It's all like... So if we continue, use the 2 for Baronne de Fleur. And now we're going to use Wheel to discard a Recovery to roll the dice, which we got a 6. That's perfect, because now we get to special summon basically whatever, and it not really be a huge detriment. So we're going to special out Fuki Madoshi for 4 and just Marble for 2. So now we're going to activate Fuki Madoshi effect because I control 2 wind monsters that excavate 2. We're going to add Infirm. We're going to put Cyclone at the bottom. We're going to link these 2 off into Rubber Band Shooter. We're going to use Effect to banish Kite Drake to special out to actually we're not able to do Kite Drake. Chambara to reveal to you or to the opponent what you're picking, which is going to be Dice and Yo-Yo. And now they have to randomly pick. Which we got Yo-Yo. We're going to normal Yo-Yo. Activate its effect to target the dice we just sent. Specialing it, which you're going to use Dice to target Yo-Yo to turn it to level 7 again, which we're going to be able to special summon out. Clearwing Synchro. We're going to activate Recovery to re-special out High Speedroid Corkscrew. And now we're going to use Corkscrew effect because it was special summon to add 1 Speedroid's power trap card, which you can only use each effect once per turn. So the special summon of Corkscrew is only once, but the adding of 1 is also once, and we have not used that add. So we're going to use add Speed Recovery. And then we're going to use these 2 to special out Crystal Clearwing. We need to activate Recovery again to special Corkscrew again. And with that, we'd be having 2 negates, a Droll and Imperm, so we'd set Imperm and pass. So, looking at the time, I don't have enough time to show this hand, but these 2 just make an easy Baron. This is to get you into Droll. This is for you to extend, and this is also for you to extend from Graveyard. Just to kind of give you the baseline, I cannot show it because of time restrictions, But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Remember, leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and peace out.